Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and everybody else, we will be here watching this Battle of Nimber Station fight. We'll be commentating on it live. Here we have Lucky Soldier, the J-Man, Block Magic, and the one, the only Tancred. They will all be here. One of them just coughed. I don't know whether or not that came up in the audio. No, because I have desktop audio muted. And every time you see my screen go grey, that will be because I am tabbing out to look at another thing. Okay, they are all here. I should probably let them know that I am ready and that I am recording. So I will do that quickly.
Okay, are we ready to go?
Yep, I am. I just recorded possibly one of the stupidest introductions I've ever done. Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
And there we have it. There we have it. Tancred there, hitting, trying to getting the team in, setting everyone up, getting everyone ready for what is to come. Oh wait, is Block Magic not doing it? If Block Magic isn't doing it, I've played myself with this. Block Magic, get in here. It would make it a lot. Yeah. Just let him know I'm not going in, and yeah. I've been unironically looking forward to doing this for quite a while, since that first meme one, and then with J-Man. Okay, and here we are, the 3 players in the lineup at the moment. They can't all hit play yet. If they all hit play, they'll be put in without their third member. Who is it? There's Magic Blocks, not quite in there yet. We'll see. Maybe he particularly likes to go in late to get the adrenaline rush, get everyone else very excited. We will see. We'll see what's happening. Come on. Nah, yeah, he's coming. Wait. What's the timer looking like, J-Man? Ah, he's back. Gotta buy Green Imaginite, the classic.
I will trade him some if I have some.
Oh, legend.
We gotta get this road on the show.
Indeed. J-Man's just a classic relog. Okay, yep, everyone is there.
Ah!
Come on, J-Man! Wait!
I'm here.
Block Magic. No, come on, don't crash. I could always actually be in the game and do the commentary. That, depending on whether or not Blocks can get in. No!
Oh.
And, ladies and gentlemen, there we have the fattest bra that has been seen on this particular LEGO Universe server in a long while. That was incredible, and no! And they nearly get in. There was an incredible second of having everyone in there, and then instantaneously, clock ticking down to 3 seconds, and Block Magic could not secure it in that time. That was some exhilarating Battle of Nimber Station gameplay. And now it's just you, Tancred. This is the one, the only Battle of Nimber Station experience, trying desperately to get in with 4 players and having it never work.
Football.
No, it turns out I can talk nonsense over anything. Is what we've discovered actually. Like, I'll see if I put you guys audio on as well. Actually, can you say something? Sorry, can you try again?
Hello.
Yeah, okay, that should be relatively well balanced. By which I mean I just pushed a slider back and forth for about half a second. Was like, yeah, sure, that looks good.
Oh, is he coming back? Yes.
Everyone, this is Tancred, the person you hear talking at the moment, and the other person you may or may not hear talking will be J-Man, who may have just alongside Lucky Soldier phased in and out of existence. We don't ask too many questions. They do that a lot here. Okay, Lucky Soldier's back in. Everyone is here. And they're going up to it. They know what they have to do, but... Yes! And they have it! They have it! It is 4 players in the game! This is the most incredible Battle of Limber Station footage we've seen here in a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Here we are. The slight bit of lag before the intro screen begins, and then, wait a second, I'm realising you guys can still hear my audio, which is... You're just going to have some very relaxing audio from right outside Battle Limber Station. Tancred there, right off the block, knowing he's ready to start, hitting that timer beginning counting down right from the start, but everyone else shortly after in, all ready to go. And I have people to say... people roughly working out where they're going to go. So for people who haven't watched many Battle Limber Station runs before, it can be there's a bit of organisation used. So things people might not instantly know is that if you imagine looking at that map, on the mini map on the top right, splitting into north, south, east, and west. If you look on the far west side of that mini map, it's right about here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. No enemies ever spawn there, and so there are 4 main areas in the game in the game where enemies spawn: at the centre, north, south, and east. And normally 1 player goes to each one of those. Yeah, north, south, east, and centre. Normally 1 player goes to each one of those. So that they can get everything smashed as quickly as possible. And I'm sure we will be seeing a lot of that in this professional level Battle of Limber Station gameplay. These players have trained for many years to reach this moment, to reach where they are now. And I'm sure we will be seeing some incredible gameplay. I think that was what Lucky Soldier was saying earlier when they said the words, I've never played this before, but sure, let's give it a go. So... Here we are, we're currently watching Tancred, who is, I think, primarily Knight on this account, and because Knight has the incredible powerful ability of the, well, it says it in the name, the powerful ability of the Power Jouster, which is an incredibly useful ability. It does 40 damage on a single attack, and is an incredibly helpful ability. It also, as a Valiant weapon, it has faster attack speeds, and is very useful compared to many of the weapons. That was possibly the most overkill smash of a Stromling we have had this whole season at Battle of Limber Station. 40 damage for a 1 damage enemy. You don't get gameplay like that anymore. And here we have primarily people sticking to their sides, then converging on into the centre. Normally quite good strategy. And what we'll see here is people going up, pre-firing Murgle Blotch, who comes at round 7. Tancred's coming back to get a better shot, and you can see already going for the wormholers, not quite hitting him. It is actually possible to smash Murgle Blotch before the wave begins. We feel really bad for him when it happens, but it is possible. It is doable. And there we have an incredibly quick smash. We are going through this game at a lightning pace. Currently, 2 minutes in, and already past Murgle Blotch. What do you have to say for yourselves? How are you feeling? Can you let us know how you're feeling in this moment?
Well, I am regretting streaming from my camera because people are going to be roasting my strategy for the rest of the time.
No. If they're roasting their strategy, they don't know what incredible gameplay looks like. Also, in fairness, people have previously watched J-Man, who, not necessarily with bad strategy, but at 4 FPS. For whatever reason, his character was lagging out. It's incredible. And no, don't worry. Everyone, anyone watching this should be aware that I have no idea what I'm talking about. So.
Yeah, one more.
One more by the red guy, by the mech.
Yeah.
We have the unfortunate issue where sometimes mechs can they can target something and that thing will target onto them, but then it gets confused when the player moves outside of range. There are other issues. Sometimes this also happens with the Mosaic Jester Cap. Is one of the downsides using that. Their single spin attack taking out 2 enemies. Some nice strategy we sometimes get to see people using is clumping up of enemies and then very specifically using AoE attacks to take them out. There you saw incredible speed strats there from Tancred, using a 40 damage attack just to run about 2 meters down the line. Incredible, amazing. This is what we love to see. It is these optimizations that make Battle of Infestation gameplay some of the most interesting gameplay in the entirety of LEGO Universe.
I should point out that the Power Jouster attack speed is actually slower than running speed.
Yeah.
Significant amount.
Well, I think the actual running is faster, but then just delays you for ages right at the end. Is it, or is this run actually slower as well? I don't know. But anyway, we have, it's continuing on to round 12. So, you'll see several distinct sections in Battle of Infestation runs. Currently, we've entered from right after smashing Murgle Blotch. We begin to see Stromling Admirals, Stromling Pirates. We'll then be keeping going until fighting. What's her name? It's not her. It's King of Hell. It's I was thinking about Wag Bludo. But obviously next up is King of Hell. Round 15. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Round 15 will be King of Hell. And after then we'll start seeing the introduction. I'll start seeing the introduction of, I believe, that round, after several rounds after, we're going to be seeing a lot of Hammer Stromlings. After then, you're going to get to enjoy some gameplay involving things like Elite Stromlings. Elite Stromling Mechs. We'll start seeing some Elite Spiderlings. Stromling Mech Invaders, some Elite Spiderlings, and we'll... Yeah, really, it only gets harder here on in for these players, but they will take that in their stride because this is what they have trained for their lives to do. There we saw that Admiral coming down, throwing down the hook, and in that split second before it began to deal damage and began to knock back, Tancred was in there, smashing it. Here, an incredibly cinematic shot of the J-Man, already prepared for King of Hell to land, and already getting in there with the Wormholer and Mosaic Jester Cap, using all of those AoE things to the best of their ability. Tancred getting in very quickly, beginning even before King of Hell was down to build the anchor. They might have this in one go. Will they manage to get King of Hell down entirely in one go? They do. They manage. He does not get back up. For those who don't know, King of Hell will respawn and regenerate health if given left long enough. But these players don't give him that long enough. He doesn't have the chance. He gets taken down and he remains down. This is what we like to see. This is a fast run. It's very good, and huge shout-outs to Lucky Soldier as well, who is new to this, but has honestly survived, which is better than I would have managed to do, and is doing incredibly now, so huge shout-outs there. Okay, so we're coming up. So this is from this round onwards, we're going to be look out for Hammerhurl Stromlings. We haven't seen Hammerhurl Stromlings yet, but these ones they're like Hammer Stromlings, except they have 1 fewer health, which honestly doesn't make a shred of difference to most of these players who are already dealing more than enough damage as it is, and they're basically identical, except they occasionally just, I think it's like once every 13 seconds will hit you with a long range attack, which does 1 damage. They are basically the useless equivalent of normal Hammer Stromlings, and these players are demonstrating why that is the case. Coming up, we've got even more Hammer Stromlings until next round, which will make the first introduction of the Stromling Mech Invaders, which are basically Stromling mechs, but the game decided to make them a little bit more difficult. Now, on this current version of DLU, there are actually bugs with the Stromling Mech Invaders, and which these players will exploit to their limits, which is the fact that, well, only one Stromling Mech Invader, and I believe that's the one we're looking at now, has AI. All of the remainder apparently do not get AI in Battle of Nimber Station. Hey, that one's moving. I've been misinformed. Anyway, they will not be exploiting these bugs because they don't need to exploit the bugs. It's... Oh. And that is the noise of my LEGO universe kicking me out because I've been doing nothing for the past 15 minutes because I've been doing this. Apologies for that rant, a bit of noise to everyone there. But yes, coming back, we see some teamwork here, some amazing teamwork between Tancred and Lucky Soldier. Lucky Soldier hopping from place to place, really providing help and kind of providing support to everyone, anyone who needs it, teaming up with anyone who's got a couple of enemies still available. Really lending a lot of value there. I'm trying to come up with words to keep going and keep talking. Okay, here we have elite dark spiderlings. Now these things are annoying. They don't do too much more damage than normal spiderlings. In fact, they only one of their attacks deals 1 more damage, but they have quite a bit more health, and that can mean that you can be left in some quite difficult positions. And block magic low on health right now. Has gone down. Is fighting off an elite Stromling over in the top half, has been able to regenerate some armour and just really shooting things down with the wormholer, moving backwards, trying to maintain some distance. And I'm just realising how incredibly organised Tancred's inventory is right now, or at least the section we were just looking at. That was very beautiful. It's the sort of organisation we would expect from players of this calibre. Block magic, knowing exactly where... Whack Blido. It is Whack Blido. Whack Blido. I trust myself. Yes. Knowing exactly where Whack Blido will be spawning, getting in there ahead, in advance, ready to do some damage. Whack Blido, at the moment, has the very annoying, I'm sure very annoying for her, nerf, where she is unable to attack. Or, not unable to attack, but unlike most bosses, is able to be stun locked. In fact, unlike any of the dark spiderlings in here, not Muffet Bane, Whack Blido is actually able to be stun locked by the players. I see people taking this opportunity to regenerate some imagination. That's where that green swirling over there was. That's one of the instruments for regenerating some imagination. You can also see coming up after every single one of the boss rounds, and right before the final boss round, you will see the spawning of some statues. And these statues are very useful for players in a pinch, because players can smash these and can get health, can get stuff with which to regenerate, which can be incredibly helpful if they're low on health. Now, every time we have a boss, we're gonna start seeing new enemies being added into the mix. Here we see Ronin, but we're not going to lose the previous enemies we were seeing. They're going to remain here. It's just more types of enemies are going to be piled on top. You're going to start seeing things like Stromling Admiral Invaders. Those things seriously pack a punch. You are in a lot of danger. Here we are. There's our first Stromling Admiral Elite right there. If you get cornered by a couple of those things, that hurts. It does not make for a particularly great day. It's, sadness and sad times all around. Couple those things with spiderlings and, it's incredibly painful. And there, just watching a horseman being completely and utterly destroyed by Tancred right there. That charge ability is incredibly powerful and can take out almost any enemy in the game very easily. As you see there, it absolutely annihilating those two enemies. Block magic, they're going down a little bit of health, but fortunately is prepared in advance. Has an armor brush, which is and hops back up in health quite quickly. That's one very and speaking of armor and armor buffs, that's a very useful ability of the Sentinel demonstrated right there by Tancred, which is the ability to regenerate armor not only of themselves but of enemies around. But not only regenerate that armor, but actually increase the total amount of armor. Very useful ability. Makes Sentinels, whilst they're obviously incredibly useful for damage, also fairly useful in support. It's a very helpful ability. And Yeah, on top of that, as pointed out by Tancred, because I did entirely forget that and didn't see the exclamation marks, also aggro's enemies. Similar to, for those who don't know, the Crook's Prime armor also has a similar ability and is very, very helpful for that reason. Sometimes you might be concerned about intentionally aggroing enemies, but of course, Battle Infestation, where the aim is often to go as quickly as possible, aggroing enemies exactly what you want to do. And here we see exactly why. These players don't need to be scared of these enemies because they can take them out with such incredible efficiency. And here we are. We are coming up, as I mentioned in advance, before the final round, we see these horse statues spawning. And this can only mean one thing, and it means the 4 riders of the apocalypse. There we have the crate being smashed in advance, because you don't want to be fighting one of the 4 horsemen and get backed up into one of those crates, because LU auto aim is notoriously finicky, and if you do an AoE attack or anything, you can then hit one of those crates and you can be smashed, and that will be game over for you right there. It's not great fun, so Tancred there taking the opportunity to clear out some of the crates near his end. Now, a lot of players will basically aim, they'll aim for one of these horsemen in particular, they'll aim for the one nearest to them and they'll try and take it down. This is the most efficient way of doing it if everyone takes down one on their own. Lucky Soldier over there might have a little bit of difficulty being rank 2, but he's keeping armor up, and that's all he really needs to do. Armor up and chip damage is incredibly useful, and he's abusing the AI of the horseman, making it walk back and forth whilst he uses the ranged ability of the Space Ranger. That's brilliant ways of using the rank 2 gear to its best effect, to just deal chip damage to this thing while staying safe, staying away and staying alive, because that is the most useful thing. J-Man there, got down in health, very quickly back up with an armor polish, but that just shows you the danger of these things. They have multiple projectiles, all 3 of which can hit you and deal 3 damage at a single time. They're incredibly dangerous, but that is nothing for these players who have just completed this Battle Infestation run in a pretty good time. It's not up on the screen right now, so I can't say what it is. There we are, a pretty good time of 14 minutes and 18 seconds. That's very, very respectable. They should all be incredibly proud of that. Congratulations to all players involved. GG. I don't know, that's me done.
Okay.
There you are, J-Man. Was that worth it? Me finally reprising the